Podgurski, 𝐰𝐰𝐰𝐵�Ch.
And you're a musician?
Yep.
Are you in any band or are you self-titled?
I play with a lot of different musicians. I play with tenor saxophone player named Tim Warfield. A lot over the years. I played with a guy named 𝗛𝐵𝐺, and then I have my own trio currently. And, we're getting ready to record an album actually for a label called 𝐸 Records out of Philly.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Do you mind telling me a little bit more about yourself, how you got started in jazz?
I started playing the piano when I was 3. That's how the story goes in my family. I would climb up on the bench and play. I couldn't even say the word piano when I started playing. I called it banana. But then I started lessons when I was 6. And then when I was 13, my teacher sent me to settlement school in Philly to start learning jazz. And I started with a woman named Denise Brooknow, who taught me how to play, chords and standards, improvise a little, and I met a guy named Rob Landon. He was the director of the jazz ensemble there. So he was my first jazz ensemble teacher. And then I went on to go to the New School in New York for jazz in around '94. And in 2001 I moved back to Philly.
So you've been playing jazz your whole life pretty much.
Whole life. Yeah.
What is it about it that speaks to you?
Well, I mean, like I said, I started at 3, so music just always spoke to me, but the freedom of jazz, I mean, to improvise, to be a composer, and that every aspect of the music, it just worked for me. Learning a lot of repertoire and written notes was harder for me younger. I've gotten more into that as I've gotten older, but so just the creativity and then as I got more into jazz, like the history and the cultural aspect of it. It's obviously American music, it's African American music, and I always felt welcomed into the kind of world of jazz from the beginning of my interest in it. Had a lot of great mentors and teachers.
Cool. Yeah, how'd you get involved with JazzBridge?
Just being a Philly musician, you get hired to do these concerts. I've played a lot of JazzBridge concerts as a sideman and as a leader over the years. So just they're a part of the Philly jazz scene, really. And Kim Tucker's always there. Shut up, and she's there. She tells you where to set up, and gives a big hug.
Why do you think having a service like them is important?
Well, I know firsthand why it's important. I mean, I can tell you that right now. So last year, we all know what JazzBridge's mission is. We know why we're doing these concerts. But last year, I found out that I had a heart condition that was genetic that I hadn't known about. But I found myself in the ER with, I was an AFib, and while I was there, they found out that I had this heart condition, and they said, you're going to need to get surgery, like, pretty much right away. And so we set it up, and luckily I had health insurance, but my wife's an artist, and I'm a musician, and our first concern was, we were glad that we were going to be able to get the surgery and everything, but we were like, how am I going to work? How are we going to make money? Because it was about 3 months of downtime. And my wife said, we should call Kim Tucker. So we called her, and we got a check in the mail the next week, I think. And that was like huge in helping us pay our utilities and our rent for those months. And then not only that, but she put us in touch with a lot of different resources for, that help jazz musicians in medical crisis.
Yeah.
So to me, that was just like, I've been doing these concerts all these years. I'd known what their mission was, and that was like, yeah, this is real. They really mean what they said. I don't know what we would have done, honestly.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like the idea of not working for 3 months was more stressful than even getting heart surgery. So that kind of let me just focus on getting the surgery and getting healthy.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people who have like corporate jobs or 9-to-5s, they have like disability and they have like FMLA, where when something happens, they're covered.
Right.
You as an artist, musician, don't have that, but you have this group that gives you those same opportunities, it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just how grateful are you for that?
Yeah, very grateful.
Cool, okay, anything else you want to say?
Just, thanks for coming and sharing this with everyone, letting them know what JazzBridge is doing, and keep your eyes out for Neil Podgurski Trio album. As Human, that's the name of the album. That'll be coming out, I think, in October.
Alright, do you mind playing?
Oh, hues of blue. Some blues are sad, some are glad. Yeah, they're bright and sad, dark and mad, but they're all shades, all hues of blues. A color, yeah, the blues is so much more than a color. It's a moan of pain, a taste of strife, a sad refrain, a game that life is playing.